does Jalen Ramsey make the... Okay.
All right, we're done.
And it's straight up. You know,
We'll be
if you
back.
watch this game from Sunday, Jalen Ramsey doesn't put them in position to beat the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't throwing the ball all around the field, but the problem was neither was Jared Goff. He actually couldn't throw it 5 feet in front of him because of the pressure that he was under with this makeshift offensive line, with not having a running game, and Sean McVay maybe not being the genius we all thought he was without having the right pieces. And so though Jalen Ramsey gives you opportunities on defense to do different things and free up some safeties and allow you to blitz, and maybe gives Aaron Donald a little bit more time to get to the quarterback, it doesn't fix some of the woes that this team already has.
So, Dominique, here's a Jaguars team. They didn't really want to trade Jalen Ramsey. He fought through this thing one way or another. Do you think he comes out of this thing a winner?
Yeah, I think he wanted out and he got to a place where he wanted to be on a team that's not doing well right now, but a team that we could argue has a smart young coach, and you could argue that gives them a good future. The fact that they have a lot of money tied up in a very small number of players means that they're a high-risk, high-reward team right now. I don't think they're going to see the rewards now, especially after they put Talib on IR. I was kind of excited about this trade when they moved away from Peters, who's a zone-heavy corner. They brought in a guy like Ramsey, and I was thinking that maybe Talib and Ramsey gives them some more flexibility on defense and being able to play man, but they lose Talib. It seems like more of a lateral move for that defense that isn't very good right now anyway.
And our insider, Dan Graziano, with us here this morning. And here's the part of it that I'm interested in. The owners are meeting as we speak, the NFL owners. And now they see, this is Jacksonville's owner, Shad Khan, just said last week, I don't want to trade him. We're going to do everything we can not to trade him. And now they're forced to trade him. How will that play?
Well, the owners are upset about this trend of players forcing themselves out of situations that they don't like. We've seen it in some high-profile cases, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. So the owners want to find a way to curb this. I don't know that their plan for doing it is going to work. They're talking about imposing new restrictions on training camp holdouts, more penalties for training camp holdouts than just the fines that are in place. That wouldn't address this trade situation. So you have a potentially seismic shift in the NFL where players are getting more and more power over their situations, and the owners are definitely in a position where they don't like that.
When it came out that Shad Khan didn't want to pay Jalen Ramsey, I thought he'd eventually play there. But if you look at what he's done, he got all of his checks and he gets his trade. This is a win. And if you're the owners and you're sitting in these meetings this week, you are trying to figure out a way to stop it. I don't think you can. I believe players have decided, at least the ones who feel like they can control their own destinies, their own destinations, they're going to make sure that they're doing that. And Jalen Ramsey definitely won here.
What's even more interesting is that Jalen Ramsey's issue with the Jaguars wasn't financially driven. He didn't like playing for Doug Marrone and Tom Coughlin, and he wanted out of the situation.
Do we firmly buy that?
Yes.
No, he wanted to. He 100% did not want to play for Tom Coughlin.
I get that, but he wants to go. He wants his deal. The Rams are going to have to pay him,
Everybody wants their money at some point, and he'll want to be the highest paid corner, and he probably will be. But he had made his peace with, I'm going to play out this. And his option year is next year, so he wasn't in a rush.
And the Rams haven't signed him to an extension, which is a risky move when you commit 2 draft picks or 3 draft picks. You send them away. You're committed to paying this guy without any leverage.
He is under contract for next year, though.
And that's the thing. And they could have in Jacksonville redone his deal, and they chose not to. And I have always sat here believing that was the root of the reason that he wanted out of there. We'll see. It doesn't really matter at this point anymore. Here's my question. Zeke Elliott held out, got what he wanted. Le'Veon Bell, to your point, got what he wanted, got the big deal. As a guy who was from the union, these are wins for the players. The owners won't take that sitting down.
No, they won't. But you saw this happen in the NBA. The more you try to constrict and the more provisions you put in to try to control the players, there are always unintended consequences that backfire. So they should be happy with where they are now and push any further. And I think it becomes a problem. You don't want to upset the players. Right now, everyone's making a lot of money. You don't want to give them a reason to strike. You don't give them a reason to be angry. Just keep it going with the status quo.
But we're talking about a very small number of players here, right? I mean,
and I think that's the thing, though. With it being a very small number of players, they have to understand you get your wins where you can as an organization, and an ownership group.
I just am always kind of appalled that the decision when you were faced with this is like, no, we're not going to do a better job by this player. We're not going to do a better job of making sure that he wants to stay here. We're going to make it harder for him to leave. That doesn't make for a happy player, and when your star's unhappy, your locker rooms are fractured.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.